Alright, another short highlight video because I only made a couple calls today. Mako, M-A-K-O. Now, I said in the video last night that I put out that this is a little thinner than I usually trade or call in our chat room, but Mako was just decimated, just cut in half over the past 6 sessions. Take today's candle out of it. This became interesting to me, just so beaten up. Okay, so then go to intraday candles for today. I didn't do anything with it early because I don't like trading. There's the opening candle right here. I don't like trading the first 30 minutes. So what did Mako do? Sells off after a little gap up and then just rips. Now a lot of people probably chasing it here, thinking, okay, it's finally going to rip higher, maybe some short covering. Well, I didn't mess with it there either. But then it gave one of my old time favorite setups. Not so much anymore, but this one's so beaten up that it had my attention. Okay, once it gets going here, sells back off. Sellers could not push it back to the low of the day. It comes up, revisits right below the early high. Okay, so when it's in this little base here, let me get a drawing tool going. This one, to me, right over this base, had great potential. In other words, you've got longs and shorts, buyers and sellers battling it out here. Okay, if the buyers can gain control and get above this base, more than likely we're going to get through the high of the day, start lighting up the new highs ticker, and you get kind of that group mentality. Hey, Mako is finally going. I mean, a lot of people who trade know what's happened to this stock. So these always catch my attention. So I called it at 22 when it looked like this, projected it to the chat room, said 22.53, worst case stop 22.29. And I'll scroll across here. Took about 10 minutes, and then finally, boom, there's the trigger, 22.53. And again, 22.29, basically below this base. Okay, so a stop, or a trigger above the base, stop below the base. You get through the high of the day there. They fight it off for a little bit, but then it finally just releases and gets up to 23.50. So almost a dollar move here on a little over 20 cents risk. And we were just scaling out into that, and it ended up being a real nice trade. So hey, having a thin stock on watch sometimes can work, right? My only other call of the day was Agilent. I have a line here for a reason, but probably won't go into that here. The idea on Agilent, the letter A, okay, nice gap up, super strong here. And then on this pullback right here, around 41, it became interesting to me. If nothing else, I'll switch to 2s and kind of show you the thinking here. Alright, this is what it looked like when I called it. And the thinking is, you've already got a strong stock, and really, a lot of people think, oh, now they see this and they think, oh, it's rolling over, okay? But I view it as the gap up is held fairly well, and really you just have a range now, okay? And it's right now buying it here at the lows of the range. I love that idea because you can put a stop right below here. So you buy it as it turns, okay? And then if it gets down below this range, you're back out. So it gives you a really good risk reward. This has a chance to turn, go out and take out the high of the day. Now what happened wasn't so great. I think the trigger was 41.13, which is right about there. Worst case stop below this range, and it ends up getting to 41.28. And believe it or not, I sold some right there and told the chat members, hey, I'm getting out some, so I have a can't lose trade. Then it came back down, and I bumped my stop on the rest up to 41 even. So I ended up with basically a flat trade when it came back here. I made enough for maybe I call it sandwich money. That line there, as this came back up, I put forth a theory that if it gets above recent trading after sellers couldn't push it down, this could be a good long, but I did not make that a call, and I'm glad I didn't because the market was crazy today, and it did move up a little bit, but then chopped around, ends up going up, taking out the high of the day, and then like everything else, rolled over at the end. So I literally had sandwich money in Agilent and then a nice trade in Mako. Having said that, we're working on some scans that are identifying some of our favorite setups. You know, if you use Trade Ideas or E-Trade Strategy Scanner, you know how to set up those scans. We're working on some that are right now have me paper trading these ideas, but seeing unbelievable results in some of these. So a lot to build on going forward, so we can hopefully have some more calls other than 2 in a day out of me. I think our All-Stars had some nice calls today as well, but I'm going to keep this short and sweet. That was it for me today, so we'll put out another video tomorrow night. Talk to you then.